NHL opening tonight, impeachment vote, and leave it to the NBA, Kendrick, to try to upstage them all. This is sometimes a question that doesn't work, but I think in this case it does. What was your reaction when you first heard everything going on with this deal?
Well, you know what? I wasn't surprised. The only thing that surprised me was the Nets trading Jared Allen. I really thought that they dropped the ball on that one. Jared Allen, to me, is a top 5, maybe top 6 center in the NBA. And he fits perfect for that team. But nothing surprised me with that. Adding Victor Oladipo into that trade, it didn't surprise me either because, you know, it was bad blood going on with him in Indiana, although he tried to wash it under the rug. But I think in this situation, everyone won.
Let's talk about how this works in Brooklyn, because I know the first reaction is if everybody's playing, obviously, if Kyrie comes back and re-engages, you got 3 guys that are ball dominant. Can this big 3 be successful, as talented as they are?
It's going to be interesting, I'll tell you that much. One thing they're not going to get is that they're not going to be playing any defense, I'll tell you that much, right? But when you look at it, I mean, at any given time, you have 3 guys that are capable of going for 50 on the 50 points that are going to be on the court. Here's my thing about the Brooklyn Nets. It's not like the Golden State Warriors, right, where you have Clay and Steph that are really, really good playing off the ball, and they knew that they had to go through KD. So the key word in this is sacrifice. And I don't know if Kyrie Irving, especially what he's going through right now and the things that he's doing, that's another conversation, right? I don't know if he's going to be willing to sacrifice. I don't know if he's going to be willing to sacrifice his shot attempts. And you know, all 3 of these guys are ball dominant. KD is the only one that has proven us that he could play off the ball and don't need the ball in his hands for what he did in Golden State.
Quick word on James Harden. Given the start to his season, where he is physically in terms of shape, do you expect him to be the same player shortly for Brooklyn?
Absolutely, but it's going to be over time. You know, I was very disappointed in James on how he handled the whole situation, you know, throwing his teammates under the bus before he left, saying they wasn't good enough and not being in shape. As a guy that's getting paid, $40 million a year, the least you could do is be in shape and show professionalism. But, you know, him going there with Kevin Durant, who played with him in Oklahoma City, they're good friends. He'll get with it because he wanted out. This is where he wanted to be. And you could never have a problem with a guy that led the league in scoring for the past 3 years.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned a couple of guys. You mentioned Oladipo. You mentioned Jared Allen, Karis LeVert. Any of those guys traded individually would be enough of a story on its own. So the other 3 teams, who did the best for themselves in this deal?
I would say Indiana. Getting Karis LeVert, I think people don't realize he is an all-star in the making. And I think him being on the Brooklyn Nets, he was just going to be held back. But now, him going to the Indiana Pacers that get up and down, a coach that allows them to play freely on the offensive end, he's going to be able to get 20 to 25 looks on an average in the game. So I think this is a match made in heaven, and we're going to see Karis LeVert take it to another level, just like we saw last year in the bubble when he had the keys to the bins.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Kendrick, we appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by on a busy day.
Oh, anytime.